I also have the privilege of introducing Dr. Jennifer Blackwood. And Dr. Blackwood is an associate professor and director of the physical therapy department here at the University of Michigan Flint. She received her master's degree in physical therapy on our campus, and then went on and got her PhD in interdisciplinary health sciences from Western Michigan University. Along with Erica Thrash Saul, who many of you know, and then Dr. Nancy Milligan, who is an OT professor here, they created the foundation for the Intergenerational Living Experience program at the University of Michigan Flint. Dr. Blackwood is a highly published researcher who is engaged in a lot of work around gerontology, geriatrics, and does her research in that area as well as her teaching and service. And so I'm delighted to be able to introduce not only her, but two of our students who are participating in the Intergenerational Living Experience, Molly Booms and Jasmine Miner, and they will be presenting to you today. So welcome.
Thank you, Dean Fry. So I get the chance to run the clicker and talk to you, but what's most important is the opportunity to tell you about a really unique experience that's happened in Flint, Michigan. So, and this rests not lightly for me as a faculty member and physical therapist, because essentially with my practice and training, I have focused a lot with working with older adults. And make no mistake that what is happening at McFarland Home and Court Street Commons is really making a difference not only in the lives of seniors, but in the lives of my two junior colleagues that are next to me and two occupational therapy students that are not able to be with us today. So we kind of know, maybe you guys will be able to go over there later on today. So Court Street Commons is the residence that our students are living at, with senior citizens as their neighbors, literally next door to them. And so I want to tell you the reason why this came to be. Well, first of all, you may have seen this in the news, actually. This was something that first kind of started over in the Netherlands and was really a thought-provoking and unique way to address isolation, concerns of aging, and building the opportunity for younger folks, and in the case of the Netherlands, it happened to be undergraduate students that then would live at a facility, and in that facility happened to be an assisted living facility, and they were neighbors in that sense, where they lived together and they, shared life essentially. It came over to the United States shortly thereafter. There's a place in Cleveland that did this, but they did this with their Institute of Music in Cleveland. Over on the other side of the state, Western Michigan did this, but they only did it with occupational therapy students. And at the one at Western Michigan, it was a skilled nursing facility. And these college-age students lived in those facilities, and they had to do some things. Why? Because the evidence clearly shows that for our students that are trying to become professionals, trying to become clinicians, in our case, physical or occupational therapists, these experiences are so formative. They're formative in the sense that they get to live and experience aging with their neighbors. And make no mistake, even though they're much younger than I am, we're all aging, right? And so this concept of understanding the urban experience, if you will, of individuals that live at Court Street Commons, and then really some of the opportunities to enhance not only their lives, but their lives, and our two other colleagues that are not able to be here. So the evidence is there, right? So evidence is great, but let me tell you what we actually did. So with, thankfully, the support of Presbyterian Villages and the initial idea from Erica Thrash Saul and bringing us together with Nancy Milligan, we met multiple times over the years. We had to get an MOU between PVM and the University of Michigan, and you can only imagine how long that might take. So it took us a little bit of time to do that. And we were ready to go. And take a guess as to what year we were ready to go in. 2020, right? So many conversations Erica and I and Dean Fry and Dr. Milligan had, and we were just trying to figure this thing out. And we're just like, we want this to happen, and we're going to make it happen, regardless of the challenges. And you'll hear about that in just one second. But there was a requirement, right? So our students live at Court Street Commons for free. There are some things that they have to pay. However, there is a service requirement. As you can see on the slide, it's 12 hours per month. What does that mean? Well, they can help with bingo. They can help with the food pantry. They can help in those sort of areas, but they can also just have a cup of coffee with some seniors, talk to them about their day, being PT or OT students, or talk to the seniors about their day. And so really it came together quite well. We gave some parameters, but thankfully based on some wisdom that didn't come from me, folks said just take your hands off it and see what happens, and the hours will be there. So there was an application process, and you can see what they had to do. They had to apply for this. There were essay questions. We had to vet them. We had to do interviews. And then as a group, we came to consensus as to who were our candidates for this process. I'm going to tell you about the two individuals that are not able to be here because they're out in their field experiences. The first is Elizabeth Mansfield. She did her undergraduate education at Northern Michigan University. She's from Boyne. So if y'all remember where that is, kind of like way up there. So her opportunity to come to Flint and live in Flint was a really unique experience. And she says this program offers an amazing opportunities which benefit all parties. Getting to know the residents over the past year was both valuable for gaining new perspectives and tons of fun. And so you can see her smile. She definitely does a wonderful job. Our next occupational therapy student that's not able to be here was Shalini Augustine, and she's from Traverse City, but she did her undergraduate education at Eastern Michigan University. So again, coming from sort of different experiences, if you will, to Flint to learn about aging and to engage with aging. And Shalini says the program's given her the opportunity to gain knowledge of what senior residents experience on a day-to-day basis and create friendships that she will value and cherish forever.
Hi everyone, my name is Molly Booms. I'm from Harbor Beach, Michigan, which is way over here. I did my I graduated from Grand Valley State University, which is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I would say my greatest takeaway from this program so far is that you can learn so much just by interacting with older adults, and that I will never forget some of the moments I've shared with them.
Good morning, everyone. I am Jasmine Minor Bradford, and I am a second-year physical therapy student all the way from Woodville, Mississippi. So it's been an awesome journey to come all the way from back home and to just really learn so much from the residents at Court Street Commons and McFarland Home. And when I came here, I had the intention that it would be ministry for me. I have taken part in ministry for over 20 years with my family. Me and my sisters have a singing group. So I wanted to encourage and uplift and really just make this program one that I could just make a difference. But I have learned and grown so much from the residents at Court Street Commons. They have just given me the motivation to keep going while being in school. They have really just had a nurturing disposition, just wanting to make sure that I'm okay, that everything is going great for my experience thus far, and just really just feeling like I have a new family while being in Michigan. It is what this experience has done for me. So I'm just really grateful and honored, and I'm just excited to see what's gonna go forward for the next year to come. So some of the activities that we've done are meet the student residents, and that was one event that me and the girls put together where we had donuts and cider, and we just had the residents to come out. We wanted to have like an informal gathering where they could just meet us. We could tell them what our program is all about. We could answer any questions or concerns that they may have for our being at Court Street Commons. Because some of the residents were like, I didn't get a say-so in you guys. Why are you here? So it was just an awesome time to just meet some of the residents and just really go over our purpose for being at Court Street and what we plan to do in the future. So we also we had the prom event, which was a couple months ago. I wasn't able to make it, but everybody said they had so much of fun. On Fridays, we have bingo. And Molly here has taken the initiative to step up in the leadership role of being over bingo when Chase was unable to be there. We had the Valentine's card making event, corsage making, and the food pantry grand opening. So here you can see some of the images of events that we've done over the first year. In the first picture, you see me and one of the residents at the Cloud Art Center. We were making blankets. So it's just so awesome to see how creative the residents are, how they just really get excited when we get to leave the four corners of Court Street Commons and just go out into the community to have a good time. So they really get excited when we get to leave, and then when we talk about food. So they were really happy that day. And to the right at the top, you see a picture from the prom event. The residents just really had so much of fun, and they were just look at them, looking so beautiful in their nice dresses. And then at the bottom, you see Molly depicted with one of the residents at bingo, and in the middle is Shalini, and on the right-hand side is Elizabeth. Okay, so some of our service events that we've done was the resident council led by Elizabeth. We started the pop can return. We did the food pantry opening where we had one night set aside, and of course we invited the residents in advance to come out, and we did raffle tickets to where they were able to win a blanket, win some cards, and win some stuffed animals. And we also had a list of recipes there for them for where they could get ideas of foods that they could make from the pantry. So that was an awesome event that we had there, and it was just like the food pantry was our baby, because we were wanting to birth it, and we were wanting to just really just have it readily available to, like, if they needed food, they didn't have to go out. You know, they can just come right at their home and get some of the canned goods and frozen foods that they needed to have. So, and the picture actually depicts the balance screening event that was held on one Sunday morning, where we did fall assessment risk and assessed the older population to see if they had some balance impairments. Thank you.
And as you can see, we have a lot more events planned for this year, which I'm super excited for. I know a lot of the residents have mentioned that they haven't dressed up for Halloween in years. So we're hoping to get a great turnout from that and have an event and hopefully some kind of craft or treat or some kind of thing to encourage them to come even more. And then for Thanksgiving and like a spring theme party, we're going to try to incorporate the food pantry, try to take some of those goods and make something to encourage the residents to take part in that. We're going to have a holiday party around Christmas time, just to hopefully bring everybody together and feel like a family. Valentine's Day, we'll probably do a similar card-making experience where we made cards and then we actually took them and donated them to the hospital for people who don't have people around, or just to lift their spirits. And then at the end of next year, we're hoping to have a student going away party just to kind of get some closure for us and for them, let them know that we're heading on to our next journey, our next experiences, and just so that they're aware that we're moving on and that we won't be around. And then we also hope to get more involved at McFarland Home. We have done some meals there in the past, but hopefully we're able to do some more activities with them. And then obviously just keep moving forward with the food pantry. And then here's some pictures. In the top left there, you see Jasmine and her sisters performing for the residents. I'm pretty sure that was for Thanksgiving last year. In the top right, in the middle, is me, Shalini, and Elizabeth taking the cans back for the residents. And then in the bottom left, that was our grand reopening for the food pantry. That's us with our little sign. And then in the bottom right there is us all meeting for the first time when we got here before we started our program.
So this is, when I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful for a lot of things just because of the pandemic, right? And we're still kind of fixing through that. Honestly, I'm so thankful for the opportunity, not for me because you already heard stuff about me, for these guys. And so thank you for the support. Any other individuals, like if there's others that are interested in kind of considering whether or not you want to have an intergenerational experience at your facilities, by all means, feel free to contact us and we'd be happy to just talk you through. It's a really unique experience. It's something that puts Flint, Michigan on the map, but more importantly, you saw the smiles in their faces and you really see like these young individuals and the seniors are having such unique experiences. And there's more that they could all talk about for hours and hours, but certainly you don't want to hear us for hours and hours. You got a long day ahead of you, but thankful for the chance one more time. So thank you very much.